Welcome, gorgeous Sunday morning, April 26, 2026, here in the Crawford Indoor Stadium, Crawford Podcasting Network studios here in East Lansing. My podcast partner of multiple years, Coach Kerry Keyton, former Quaker lineman, former Spartan lineman, Spartan alumnus, proud alumnus of Michigan State University. On my right, on this beautiful day. It's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous day. Great day to be alive, Kerry Keyton.
Yes. Every day.
Every day, indeed.
Yes, sir.
So, quick favor for everybody, go out to our YouTube channel at Tom's Take Community. All one word. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe for free. Really appreciate that. And share with your friends. We have a lot of fun-filled topics. Michigan State oriented. And I want to talk about your alma mater from this weekend. Because yesterday, my wife, Tina, is a proud 1978 Michigan State alumnus, not to date her, but anyway, I guess I did date her before I married. But
and married her, matter of fact.
Yeah. We love to walk the MSU campus, which in my mind, and I've been on a lot of college campuses, and I'm saying this in all sincerity, it's one of the most gorgeous campuses that one could walk on, especially in late April, early May. Everything's budding. The trees are flowering. It's insane. It's just gorgeous. And the students are, the ones that are graduating next weekend, they got their caps and gowns, and they're going in front of Sparty, and this line is a mile long. But we went on campus, and when we might walk today to look at the flowers of the sunshine and all that stuff. But we had to go pay a visit to a building that actually, even as a Michigan graduate, and I didn't go to Michigan State, it was near and dear to me growing up, was the IM West building, as well as to my wife, Tina, who was a lifeguard when she was a student there, an indoor pool, outdoor pool, the whole bit, and had classes there as a phys ed major. So we heard that this was the last day it's going to be open or whatever. We had to see it because the indoor pool is still open. They opened up that mega IM building out on Harrison, which is just incredible. And then they still have that IM East. But walking around there, it reminded me, Kerry, a couple things. And then I want to get your perspective because I'm sure that building means a lot to you as well. But I when I was like 14, 15, with some of my other Eastern buddies and guys from other high schools, we'd sneak in there, and play, basketball, in those gyms. There was the upper gym, the lower gym, where the pit where they used to do all your class registration.
Baby.
Yeah, and it was, we found strategic ways to get in. There was a side entrance, and people let each other and the high school kids get in there, like on a Sunday morning. It was great. Play a lot of basketball there, and then another aspect, my buddy Clark and I, when we were in high school, like junior year, we'd ride our bikes to IM, and we'd sneak in the IM pool, like in May, because you guys were on, back then you were on quarters. So your students were there till like into June. So we go in there, so, okay, we're 16, 17-year-old, and we're seeing, we're going to this pool area with all these MSU co-eds, if you know what I mean. It was a very appealing thing to do. And how we snuck in, they had this yellow mark you had to have on that you would get at the desk when you showed your ID. Well, we kind of did a facsimile of our own yellow mark and said, I forgot my ID and show the mark. Whatever, we got in more times.
Got to figure a way to get in.
Got to get in. And then the funniest thing would be, yeah, we saw this countless times, Kerry. Like in the summertime, and there'll still be a lot of people, like these families, like the Griswolds and, family vacation, they'd be looking through that wrought iron fence, the wife and the kids and everything. And they're looking through there and they'd all look through, then they walk away. And it's like the wife had to pull the husband away. Okay, time to go, honey. It's like that's crazy. That's my
Yeah.
of IM West, which is going to be great. They're going to knock it down. It's going to be a green space and parking for I mean, I don't mind the green space and everything. I mean, but that building seems new to me. When you, I mean, it's probably 60 years old, probably built in the late 50s, early 60s. I don't know, but so even though I'm a Michigan guy, Michigan State is near and dear to me in some ways, and that would definitely IM West would definitely fall into that category. So, what does that building mean to you? Maybe it doesn't because you're always over at the Duffy, or maybe you didn't go to the IM much.
Well, I had a few classes in West. I used to do some of my best work in the pit though, because back then wasn't like it is now, where it's all digital and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, I as you probably know, I know how to talk,
Right.
and I know how to talk to people. Some people can say I'm kind of brash and whatever, which I can't be when I want to be, but I also know how to facilitate. And the pit during registration is some of Kerry Keyton's best work.
Well, what regard? I mean,
in those classes that were filled.
Oh, so you
Oh, I get myself. Oh, I would get in them classes. I would get myself in them classes, talk to them people.
Of course you did. And you just struck a nerve with me, because at Michigan, I was in speech communication, and that was before kinesiology. There were a lot of football players in my class, and it always would piss me off. It's like, who am I going to argue with these guys? They would seemingly always get the overrides and get in these classes. They'd always never fail. The Mel Owens of the world, Johnny Wangs, they always got in them classes. Butch Woolfolk, it didn't matter if they registered late. And for me, just a regular student, I mean, it was hit or miss sometimes at those popular classes. But Dr. Coburn, who was the best, but I mean, it's like football players. Come on, man, that didn't take much. All you had to do was just be you.
Oh yeah, but I wasn't him though. I was just a guy. I wasn't Lorenzo White or Tony Mandrich, or I was just Kerry Keyton. And did carry a lot of weight, but except for my weight, except for my real weight. But I go in there, you just had to be able to talk to those people and get them to understand your situation and where you were coming from and blah blah blah. And you might have to bend the truth a little bit here or there, whatever. But no, I spent most of my time. I never swam in an outdoor pool. The guys used to go over there during breaks, during tour days sometimes or whatever, and jump in, but I didn't go in there. I did swim in the regular pool inside.
Yeah, the indoor pool, and that indoor pool was not regulation for meets, or I think it was too short or something, but it still hosted the NCAA championships in the mid-'60s, because that was a relatively new building.
Well, I think it is 25 yards long.
Well, I don't know. Maybe at least, or maybe the standards changed or something. But my cousin Dan Batchelor was the captain of the 1980 or 81 swim team at Michigan State, and I think I went over and saw him in a meet, and that was a great pool. That was a great pool, and still operating right now. They're going to have the other one. The other
it's not
pool,
up.
Yeah,
it's not up and running yet.
Yeah. So, but and it's had those big high bleachers and things like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's a beautiful space for the pool.
It just struck me is that this building is going to go down. I mean, in probably within the year, I assume, or whenever.
Well, yeah, they're doing something. There's still some debate about whether they're going to tear it down or not. Whatever. I don't know. Okay. I don't know the. It's really not that big.
No, it's
It's an
not. But
awfully
it's
it's an
got the
awfully
handball
small
court and
space.
handball. Judd Heathcote used to play handball over
Oh
there.
yeah,
The
that was one of the funny
basketball.
things when we would go to Spartan games. We would walk through there from the
Yes.
from the west side to the east side, and there would be people in there playing,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
uh, playing handball and playing shit. I don't even know what you call it. It's not paddleball because they had net the
Racket, racquetball.
racquetball.
Yeah,
Please,
racquetball was
they,
big
it, it,
in the
and
late
wham! And you
70s.
hear that ball hitting the walls. Like, what in the heck is
Yeah,
going on?
noisy. It was noisy.
Extremely noisy. But then you'd walk through there to walk through the other side to get and then go to football games. But yeah, I spent most of my time in the I am circle.
Yeah.
That's where
Oh,
most of my classes were, in the circle.
oh, that the
So
women's I am.
yeah, that's where
Yeah,
most of
yeah,
my
yeah.
classes were.
Yeah. My wife
So
was. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that or Jennison. I mean, so the West. I mean, I go in there at my freshman. Go over there and talk to Coach Penninger every now and again. You know,
Great manager.
and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you want to come off wrestling?" Oh, absolutely not, Coach. No, no,
Too
not one
much
bit.
work, man. Too much work.
Oh, when guys like Tim Reidinger, two-time, I believe, runner-up, and Dave Simpson, two-time state champion, those guys, like Tim Reidinger actually wrestled, and then he was in from Hazel Park. He's like, yeah, nah, this is not for me. That's a totally different animal over there in that building.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, but yeah, no, the West, it was all we did some things, and like I said, I wasn't a basketball player, so that wasn't anything for me.
Oh,
So,
I understand
but
all
the
that.
guys definitely used to, you know, it definitely got used,
Yeah.
and it definitely was a nice place to go, just to go, because when I was freshman, uh, that's where wrestling happened. The varsity, we wrestled in I am West.
Right. No, I
So
get it.
we didn't get to wrestle in Jennison and that kind of stuff like they do now. So,
Right.
um,
You're right. You're right. They would have it there. But it was sad because I hadn't been out, on that side. I haven't seen that side of the building when I've been on campus. I haven't been at that vantage point
sure.
because I don't go to your stadium at all. But the parking lot where the pool was jarring. I mean, your pool, the
Oh
outdoor
yeah,
pool, is a parking lot, and that
yeah.
whole thing will be parking lot, which would be great for tailgating. And I
Oh
know
yeah.
Michigan State with Spartan Stadium, they have all this ambitious ideas of turning this whole thing into a stadium district, and I get all that, but I still am baffled by one thing because I look at Michigan State as very committed over. They're good in a lot of sports. The fact that they kibosh that swimming program still blows me away. I mean, I don't understand that when you have the Matt Ishbias of the world, who are donating money to football. What would it take to have a swimming team? Maybe this new building maybe they could have meets over there. I don't know, but it just
I,
surprises me. I mean,
I know
Wisconsin
that
doesn't
they.
have baseball. Wisconsin doesn't have baseball, blows me away. The only Big Ten team that doesn't. And Michigan State doesn't have swimming. And I don't know if that's the only one that doesn't have swimming. But Michigan was going to donate to Michigan State to help their swimming program. They
Well,
wanted to have that thing. Yeah.
I'm sure they probably did donate because the swimming program and the alumni and just donors or whatever have come up with quite a bit of money to try to restart, save, however you want to call it,
Yeah.
the program and
Rebuild.
get it
Yeah.
back in.
They got
And I
recreation.
know a part of that was when they built this new rec center to be able to make the pool feasible to be able to have a swimming
Right.
and diving
Yeah.
team.
Right.
The thing about and the fact that they put a pool in there lends me to believe that maybe it's possible. But the thing about pools are so dang expensive,
Well, I understand that, but
extremely
my God,
expensive.
you got a guy donating $401 million. Okay, I mean, and all this football stuff and all this ambitious stuff they're going to do with the stadium. Hey, It's no skin up my ass. It's not my school. I'm just surprised more than anything.
No, and you would think because it serves two purposes, men's and women's.
Right.
So you're not getting in any kind of Title IX issues or anything
Right.
like that.
That's correct.
That it would kind of be a no-brainer.
You would think.
And they're not like they're going all over, whatever, to make the West Coast. Now, if they were still available, they would make the West Coast swing, do that. But there's enough teams in swimming and diving that they probably only have to do that like maybe every other year even.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even have to go out there every year to do USC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true. Yeah.
it's disappointing. It was disappointing when it happened because we all know besides the upkeep or whatever, and the fact that they were still swimming in the IM West pool is enough in itself. Like, hey man, look, either you need to fix it, like do something,
Right.
or yes, shut it down, because the fact that these kids have to swim in this pool is almost embarrassing. Really, it was embarrassing.
But
like
anyway.
they deserve better.
Well, anyway, Michigan State continuing to try to make upgrades. So
and that space will be a parking lot. There ain't gonna be no green space.
Well, they said green space. I think there is. I heard they do, and I think that green space would be really nice right there.
Sure.
Because that just enhances the campus. I mean, there's still a lot of green space there, but I mean on campus, but it would right around the stadium would be very cool.
It would be beautiful until the point where they know they can charge money to park there. That's the green. That's the green space they'll be looking at. Okay. Exactly.
Right. Okay. I want to get one other quick topic, and then if anything you have is that I saw this photo of Penn State's quote unquote spring game, which was actually a practice, and there was like nobody there. I mean, it was like, and it just substantiates and justifies. I think this spring game football thing is going to go away, because now college football is into the pro model pretty much, and I think you're just going to have I just think it's gone, and you're going to have OTAs and that concept. I mean, a lot of kids are there anyway on year round scholarship kids, and just do OTAs and make it a year round thing. Don't you think?
The need for an actual spring game,
is
per se is. Now I did watch a little bit of Oregon yesterday, and they were actually out there. They actually did a kickoff. They were kicking off and they're hitting people like
they were sudden. They weren't bringing people to ground on a kickoff,
but they were still blocking, and they were still like, why are you even doing that? Just go put the ball in the 20 and go. But the realization is the money that's invested in these people now, even more so than before with scholarships and under the table stuff. You can't afford to get anybody hurt.
No.
So going live, in a game. I mean, they're going live in the scrimmages, but it really is only thud there too.
Right. No,
so it's just not. It's not feasible anymore to take the risks for people to get hurt.
Right.
So, like you said, you get to 15 practices, and then then it's time for the main coach to step in, which is the guy who runs everything, is the strength and conditioning coach for the next 3 months.
From June 1st on, or the 6 or 8 weeks, or where life is pure hell. I mean, that's when the development takes place, and
absolutely,
it is a year-round sport right now. So, what do you have? What do you have anything you want to talk about here on the podcast this morning? Anything pop up in your mind, or
no? I just congratulations to all those young men that experienced the lifetime dream of becoming NFL
Oh my God, the
players.
draft, right? Yeah.
You know, and then the young man, our own Andrell Anthony is going to get an opportunity with the Atlanta Falcons. And just those guys that are experienced, you know, that are getting their opportunity to experience a lifetime dream come true. Yesterday, I watched some. I think I had to drive Thursday. I'm still Friday. I watched a little bit, and yesterday I watched a little bit, but just happy for those people. You know, all their hard work is coming to fruition. So, you know, and the teams, the Steelers still let me down again. So I will still be in the portal, drafting a quarterback that we got no need for, quite honestly. But anyway, so I'll still be in the portal, trying to try to find the NFL team. But you know, college is our thing. We watch the college, the
Well, yeah,
NFL.
and college is my thing too. So I mean, when Brad Holmes drafted and Dan Campbell's input as well, Derek Moore and Jimmy Rolder, his second and third picks. I mean, okay, I'm all about those Detroit Lions, you know. That makes, and with Hutch on one side, Derek Moore, you know, potentially on the other side at the two edges, that will be fun to watch. But you know, it's like when I watch the draft, I like the Friday night, which is the second, third round, high relevant players and a more rapid pace.
Yeah.
And I think the coverage is amazing from all the platforms, ESPN, ABC. You know,
they're getting.
They do a great job. They really do.
They're getting a lot better, and they're getting better at. I think what has happened is by limiting the in between time, it's made them do the stories quicker and better, and they're not.
Yes.
They're not, because sometimes some of that stuff was taking too long, and then they start getting into stuff that they really didn't need to. No, just talk about the kid.
Yeah.
You know, some of the stories were just a little bit too much. I, in my opinion, I know it's a lot of pomp and circumstance and all that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't be disappointed in Thursday being 10 minutes or even 5, you know, because you know who you're picking.
Well, I mean, I thought Thursday was 10 minutes and then goes to 8 minutes.
I thought it was still 15 on Thursday.
No, it got cropped down a little bit.
Then they shut it down even a little bit more because
they have to. It's more pace, and
you want to get through it, and by doing that has made it. You know, now you can really lock it into 7 to 10. That's how long it's not going to be any longer than that. You know, or 7 to 9 or 8 to 10 or whatever it was. So yeah, you got to be quicker. It's just like everything, because that's the way the world works now. Everybody wants instant gratification. Right. So, you know, you have to move, you know, and that's like one of the best things. I actually did watch like 2 innings of baseball, because you can actually watch a baseball game almost on TV now because of the pitch clock.
Well, that's getting better, but I mean, I still watch MLB coverage on Sports Center. Well, I go for highlights on baseball. I mean, there's and also the MLB network. And you can keep one thing I do like about the NFL draft is that I find out what the needs are of each of the team. Yeah. So it gives me it's like, besides who gets drafted, that's irrelevant to me. It's a learning curve for me, because in my sports podcast, college football and college basketball is so far ahead of everything else in sports for me in terms of intense interest. And the NFL and the NBA are behind it, okay?
Right.
And MLB are behind it significantly. I still have a strong above the average interest, but it's so far behind. And so I like to use the NFL draft to really ramp up my intel, my content on what the 32 teams need. And they do a good job. I'm just saying.
And they have a couple new guys I didn't really know of. You know, getting, you know, the Mel Kipers of the world, whatever. But they have some new guys.
Yeah, I know.
And so
That's
that was cool.
so
The new
many.
guys bringing a
Yep.
new aspect, but the Jets really did. The Jets really did well yesterday, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Guys that
Well,
they drafted,
it-
like wow. But
yeah.
they're gonna need all the help they can get. And why Aaron Glenn's on the hot seat after in only year or two when he had no players. But that's a whole nother conversation. But
And if you want to
um,
get, the fact that 320,000 people stand out in a mosh pit, a half a mile away from the stage blows my mind. I mean,
unreal,
it blows my
unreal,
mind because I'm not a crowd guy. I tolerate
man.
crowds walking to the press box, but I'm not in the crowds. I mean, and that would be my least favorite place to be in the entire world would be at the NFL draft. How do you
Yeah,
even use the restroom? You're stuck in this mosh pit. I mean,
yeah. That was way too many because Pittsburgh people go show up, so that
well,
was
it's like
that was way too many
dropping the
people.
dropping the ball on Times Square on New Year's Eve. I mean,
Yeah, and I was happy that the weather was good for them for that though.
but they
So that
got
was
good
cool.
weather, and that's a great football town. And
Next
Pittsburgh is
next
a great
year,
town.
I think I heard a gentleman say it's going to be in Washington.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
don't know where exactly in Washington, but it's
Okay.
going to be in Washington somewhere. So
All right.
hopefully the weather will be good for them. Weather's supposed to be good for the next week or two, even. Not as warm, not
Hey,
the
I like
70s,
50s and
but
60s,
you
man. It's
could, hey,
working in the
50s,
lawn. Yep.
50s and 60s, and as long as it's because between 7 and 2:30. Okay, it could take all day to warm up because I'm not going outside anyway. I'm in school. I'm doing whatever. But once 2:30, 3 o'clock hits, I got to be outside either
That's
watching my daughter or driving my bus somewhere, whatever. I need it to be a little bit warmer. So our 50s and 60s, it's good for me.
that's
And no
Carrie
rain, so the
Time.
kids can play and perform. Yeah, you can't ask better than that. In April,
There you go. And we're almost to May. So, hey, great
almost.
job. As always, again, go out to our YouTube channel at Tom's Take Community and give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and we really
And
subscribe for free.
I will say this: my daughter, she went to the new facility there. The new,
At
she
Michigan
said
State.
that it's absolutely incredible.
I
She
heard it.
but like her dad, where we always go when I'm going, because like I said, what my best class that I learned anything in grad school was my facilities management class. So every time I go somewhere, especially if it's new, I'm like, okay, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Okay, I'm trying. How could it have been better? What could you have done different? Blah blah blah. She's like, and she had lots of ideas of what they could have done and the things that they did do that were absolutely amazing in there. So it's so nice. She's canceling her because she got the little at the Snap or Crunch or one of those places. She's like, yeah, I'll be canceling that because I can go here and take advantage of this building.
Right.
And there's plenty. She says really a beautiful space to be in. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for her last year and a half that she'll be able to use that.
Well, that's great.
And won't cost me any money. Well, it's costing us money, but
Yeah.
it's
All
right there on campus where she's going to be at. So pretty cool space that they've done there.
All right, Carrie. And with that, you end it with your typical ending, which is
Go green.
and go blue. Until next time here on the Crawford Podcasting Network.